team members in the dental industry who aren't necessarily clients of SMC Nationals who still want to have that support platform to talk about things in the front office. Let's talk about the new patient experience. Let's talk about converting those phone calls. Let's talk about those things where sometimes team members need a little bit extra help.
These new patients coming in, you may convert the new patient, but like you said, they might not come in and buy any treatment because they didn't get set up the right way on the phone call. And that's huge.
A lot of practices, a lot of clients that we work with have some leaky buckets in their operations. And so when those processes are a little broken or a little leaky, we need to plug those holes in order for marketing to work and to be able to drive more patients through their door and also to get them to accept more treatment and ultimately become brand ambassadors.
Welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, Gary Bird. I'm the founder of SMC National, where we help you create, convert, and close more new patients so you can grow the way that you want. But there's a problem. There's a big problem in the dental industry. And most people, most business owners inside the dental industry don't even realize that it's happening. And here's what it is. Everybody wants to grow in 2024. Everybody wants to get better. Everybody wants more new patients. But most offices, and when I say most, I mean almost all, are losing 85% of their new patients on the phones. They don't even realize that it's happening. 35% of calls go unanswered during normal business hours. And when you do answer the phone, you're only converting those marketing leads about 50% of the time. This is a huge problem. And that's why I have Channan and Kristen here today. Between both of them, they've been in the dental industry for multiple decades, and they've worked inside of dental offices, and they now work with SMC. And Kristen is the internal marketing specialist, and Channan is the communication coach. And we're going to today share with you something that our clients are using that's helping them solve this exact problem. And we want to invite you to participate with us. So Kristen, Channan, thank you so much for coming on today. I would love to start, Channan, with just a little bit about why you created this course that you're going to be sharing with everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we found with our clients here at SMC National is they really, really benefit from the coaching sessions that we're able to host with them. Team members come into the coaching sessions, they're able to talk about hot topics in the practice currently that they're dealing with. This is unique to every single practice, every single team. And so we've created office hours as an option for team members in the dental industry who aren't necessarily clients of SMC Nationals who still want to have that support platform to talk about things in the front office. Let's talk about the new patient experience. Let's talk about converting those phone calls. Let's talk about those things where sometimes team members need a little bit extra help.
That's awesome. So I know we already have several people signed up for this. A lot of people signed up for it, but we're looking to sign more people up to answer people's questions. So how can people get signed up for this, Kristen?
So we actually have a link on our website that we can get you signed up on. Like Channan said, it's open to SMC clients and non-SMC clients. And so that is go.smcnational.com/office hours.
Hey, Happy New Year. And thanks so much for listening to the podcast. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I got something really, really important to share with you that's going to bring massive impact to your practice. So every year, things change in your market. Every single year, people move, incomes change, populations change, and it's really important that you stay up to date with that. And one of the things that we offer to all of our customers, and we want to offer it to all of our listeners completely for free, is mapping out your new patients. So we're not going to only show you where your new patients are coming from on a map, just like this above, but we're also going to show you the income areas that they're coming from, the different pockets of income, as well as the populations to make sure that you have supporting areas to where you can attract more new patients. And lastly, we're going to map out all of your competition for you for free. This is 100% for free, no obligation. And we're really excited to share this with all of our listeners. So all you have to do is go to maps.smcnational.com, and it's first come, first serve. We're not going to offer this forever. So if you want to get this, get in now, get all your new patients mapped out for the new year. We're looking forward to talking to you soon. Thanks. Awesome. And then what are people, Channan, what are people going to be learning? And then I'll go to you, Kristen, next on the same question. What are people going to be learning in this course? Because most of the people who are listening to this podcast right now are not going to be your normal front desk people. They're not listening to this. So the main people who are listening to this are like operators, dentists, CEOs, the people that are more managing the practice higher up. So what can they expect if they send their people to this course?
Well, I think for starters, considering we are in the start of a new year, it's a good time to talk about things that might lose some mindfulness when you're in the day-to-day operations of a busy dental practice. first and foremost, the patient experience, right? Everything goes back to the patient experience, what kind of experience they're having in the practice. And so we're going to talk a lot about that. We're going to dive into what that looks like, how your team can really make sure that they are creating an outstanding patient experience in every single step throughout that appointment. We're going to talk about building trust with low trust patients, overcoming shoppers, handling tricky new patient questions during phone calls, and really making sure that team members feel confident and supported in converting those potential new patient calls.
Anything else, Kristen, that you would say that people are going to learn?
Yeah. So we tie a little bit of internal marketing into this as well. And we know that operations and marketing go hand in hand, whether it's digital marketing or it's internal marketing. We know that a lot of practices, a lot of clients that we work with have some leaky buckets in their operations. And so when those processes are a little broken or a little leaky, we need to plug those holes in order for marketing to work and to be able to drive more patients through their door, and also to get them to accept more treatment and ultimately become brand ambassadors. So we talk a lot about how do we get more patient referrals? How do we boost Google reviews and make them stand out on their Google business? How do we onboard new team members so that we create alignment within their practice so that all of their teams are rowing in the same direction for the same result? How do we systematize processes and how do we really elevate team members during that onboarding process? We talk a lot about diving in a little bit deeper and diagnosing some of those operational deficiencies so that we can drive more marketing leads through their door.
I love that. Yeah. One thing that people don't realize, unless you're like in the trenches, like you guys are, and listening to these calls, is that these new patients coming in, you may convert the new patient, but like you said, they might not come in and buy any treatment because they didn't get set up the right way on the phone call. And that's huge. Communicating with these patients, making them feel welcome, making them feel warm. Sounds very simple, right? But it actually isn't. And the reason it isn't is everybody's busy. We're all busy. And until you actually listen to examples and things like that and actually see the difference between good and bad. I know one time, sorry to put you on the spot here, Shannon, I should have asked you this beforehand, but it just popped in my head. Are you going to have examples of bad calls versus good calls like you've done in the past?
Yeah, absolutely. I do have some calls that we'll play for people to listen to, just to hear kind of that. If you think about the tone that you want to set for your first impression, right? This patient's hearing about your practice for the very first time. What do we want that to sound like? So we definitely have some examples we'll be listening to of a good first impression and maybe a little bit more of a shaky first impression.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest problems. So many people, I talk to thousands of dentists, and I've heard this over and over and over again. And I've worked with all these marketing companies. I've worked with 10 marketing companies. Nothing works. Marketing doesn't work. And what that usually tells me is that first thing that pops in my head is the phones and answering the phones, or your Google reviews aren't squared away, or you're not setting the table right for your team. And it's very interesting to me because there's actually an abundance of new patients. There's actually too many new patients. There's not enough hygienist and dentist right now to service all the new patients in every category. And so when whether it's full arch or GP or ortho, there's so many opportunities. The problem is, and I understand the frustration the dentist must feel, is that they say, well, what's going on? Because I'm paying all this money for marketing and I'm not seeing my office grow. And it's usually as simple as answering your phone and just knowing what to say, when to say it. And so that's a lot of what you guys are going to be going over in this call. It's so exciting to me that you're opening this up, because normally we just do this for all of our clients, right? But I think this is the first time outside of like a live event or something like that we're kind of opening it up to the world. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, it's very exciting. This is kind of an insight of similar to what our coaching sessions with our clients look like. We host coaching sessions on a regular basis with many, many, many of our clients. And each one's a little different, right? Because every team's needs are a little bit different, but it gives you kind of an idea of the things we're diving into in those coaching sessions. And you'll get to take away some of those tips, tricks, resources, and helpful mindfulness reminders to take back to your team.
That's great. Is there anything else, Kristen? We'll start with you and Shannon. Anything else, last words that we want to leave with people? We're going to make sure the link is included below. I'll say it one more time and then we'll include it. It's go.smcnational.com/office hours. And we'll include that link below. Any closing thoughts, Kristen? And then Shannon, I'll let you close it out.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited to host these office hours with Shannon. I think with all of the experience that we bring with the clients that we work with and the what we see already on a daily basis. I think that I know that everyone's going to get so much out of these office hours. So if you're in office or practice, or DSO, a single practice, group practice, like we said, you don't have to be a client to attend this. It's completely free. Like, we're just giving our time to provide a lot of valuable resources. So if you're looking to grow this year, then you're not going to want to miss it.
Dentists love free stuff. They absolutely do. So yeah, this is free 99. All right. And if it goes well, I don't know if we'll do this again, honestly. Like, this is something that we're testing. So hopefully it goes well and people like it and we do it again, but maybe not. Maybe this is just a one-time thing. So make sure you get your people into it. It's January 31st. And it needs to be scheduled and you need to sign up for it and all that kind of good stuff.
And
Shannon.
Something else too to keep in mind too is that it's not just for high-level leaders. It's not just your leadership team. This is open to anybody in the practice. So if it's a hygienist that's looking to overcome challenges, or it's your marketing director or your front desk lead, or anybody within the practice is welcome to attend.
So we want the people who are listening right now, send your team if you want to improve in these areas and you think that there's leaky buckets in your office. Shannon, any closing thoughts for us?
Yeah, absolutely. My last thought that I'd want to share is I do think that I agree with everything Kristen said. There's something in this for everybody. So whether you're an SMC client, you're not a client, you're a leadership team member, or you're the person answering that new patient phone call, there is something for you here. Our goal with these office hours is to create a community of perspectives full of dental experience, right? We've all been in the dental industry for a long time. The team members that are joining office hours have a lot of experience as well. So let's create a community of perspectives and start 2024 off really, really strong.
Awesome, guys. I appreciate you so much. I learn so much from each of you every single day because I'm one of those people that work in the dental industry, but never worked in a dental office. So I really value your guys' knowledge, your approach, and you guys are awesome to work with. So thank you so much for coming on today. And thank you for putting this together. I'm really excited for it.
Thank you.